Hi and welcome to part 31 of 40. It is Wednesday, April 9th. It is nearly 2:30 p.m. and this morning, quite unexpectedly, the flooring of the bedroom got put in. Yesterday, at the end of the afternoon, I got a telephone call with the question, can we put the flooring in tomorrow? Well, we have not painted yet, so that would be nice to do before the flooring arrived, but the floor was already prepped so that it was very nice and smooth. So you can't spill on that nice and smooth surface either, because then your floor will be wonky in the end. So we decided to accept the offer, and this morning at 8:30 the man putting in the flooring was here, and it took him until 11 or something like that. So that's done. Painting still needs to be done, and this coming Monday our new wardrobe will be delivered. So we will not move the beds back into the bedroom, because we want to have all the space to build that wardrobe from IKEA. So it does not really change a lot. We can't spill. And if we spill, we need to take care of that right away. I have a finished object. I wanted to start a Magically Enchanted yesterday. I spoke about it, but I did not have a 2.25mm needle at the ready. And I did not want to grab another one from the web shop. So I have been a good knitter, and I finished something that was on my 2.25mm needle. These are my forest fruit socks, just a plain vanilla sock, and I was about mid-gusset, I think, when I took them with me. I did not knit on this at the fair, so yesterday I finished the foot. I have this one finished as well. I still need to take out the stitch markers, but ends are woven in. It's really a finished object. I'm not going to block them, by the way, and I'm not going to wear them yet either, I think, because, well, we are getting out of hand knit sock season here in the Northern Hemisphere. If you are a year-round hand knit sock wearer, kudos to you. I wish I could wear hand knit socks all year round, but I would end up at a boiling point the entire time. Anyways, this pair is finished, which gave me an empty needle for my Magically Enchanted. And the Magically Enchanted socks, Lisa describes that you might want to use half a needle size larger for the mosaic work. I'm not going to do that. I started with 64 stitches for the cuff, and after the cuff I had to increase up till 72 stitches. And as I explained before, I always used to knit my socks on 72 stitches, but that is kind of too wide for me now. So I just assumed that 72 stitches in mosaic knitting would fit me just perfectly. This is what I have so far. Look at this. I My brain didn't work properly yesterday. I was planning on editing my Woolrobby pattern and do my taxes, or at least make everything ready for the accountant. But I still had some trouble from my Monday night meeting. So in the end, I decided that this would not work out and I would probably make mistakes. So what's the point? So I decided to spend a little more time knitting and giving myself some rest. But yesterday, when I had done the cuff, I did, by the way, do Tilly Buddy's stretchy cast on, which is a bit fiddly, but I really like how it turned out, and it is definitely very stretchy. Then I had to add in the second color, the green, and after 2 rounds I was supposed to start the chart. And I put the entire pattern in Knit Companion, and it kind of messed with me because it did not work out. Once I took a minute to read the pattern, it was clear to me where I went wrong. It's a very clever put together pattern, very clever, for 4 sizes, and you need different pieces from the chart for each size. So I cut it all out, I aligned it. There's an option in the paid for version of Knit Companion. You can align different pieces of the chart. So I had 4 different pieces, and that gave me the entire chart for one side of the sock, and I just had to repeat it for the other side. So this is on the needles. And this is a way of colorwork knitting. There was a question in the hashtag 40 days about colorwork knitting, and the question was, what do I do with the color I don't use? Well, it depends on the kind of colorwork knitting that you are doing. Mosaic knitting has 2 colors attached in this case, but you only use 1 per round. So I just finished my green, so my next round is my purple. I'm going to do 1 round of purple, and then I need to check the chart to see where the slip stitches are. The second round of purple is the exact same thing. So then I can just look at my work and knit and slip the stitches as they appear. After that, I need to return to my green, and you only grab your new working yarn from underneath the yarn you just worked to avoid that you get holes. You don't pull anything tight, you just grab it from underneath to prevent holes. So mosaic knitting is one kind of colorwork. Another kind of colorwork, here we are again, is of course Fair Isle or stranded colorwork. And in this case you have 2 colors attached and you use both of them. In my case, I will tension my yarn like this, and I will just knit with the color that I need. You can also tension your yarn like this. You can just leave them hanging and just grabbing whichever color you need. There are several ways, but in this case, both colors will travel around while knitting. When in this case, there's always 1 color on hold. This is really also a kind of colorwork, but there's just 1 color at a time attached to your work, and if you need another color, you attach the new color, and you can omit and cut this one. Yesterday I did the next green stripe on both of them, and this was what was left. So I don't need to split my cakes. I know that I'm through the gusset and I can manage with the leftover from my merengue stripes to make another stripe in this pair of socks. This entire Colorwork dialogue really happened because this morning I wanted to grab another mystery bag from the bottom shelf. And it wasn't really a mystery. I kind of knew what was in here, but this made me decide to do the Colorwork, to answer the Colorwork question today, because in here is my Intarsia sock, which is also a kind of Colorwork. And this is the stitch surfer sock. This is a free pattern on Ravelry. And with Intarsia you work bigger pieces in one color at a time, but you need to change colors mid-row. And for Intarsia in the round, like a sock, the way of working is slightly different. This sock, by the way, working on this sock inspired me to design my Advent 2024 mystery knit-along, the Melody Shawl. I only had one wavy line throughout the entire shawl, so there was only one color change each row. But if you work Intarsia in the round, you have another challenge. Let's see. I have my solid yarn here and I need to work the instep. And at the moment that I reach the point of the instep where I changed colors, hallelujah, here is my variegated yarn. So I wrap them around each other and knit the rest of the round. But then I end up here at the bottom of the foot, and my working yarn that I need next, my solid yarn, will be hanging here on the instep. So if you do Intarsia in the round, the moment you end up here, where the stitch marker is on the sole of the foot, you do a special stitch like described in the pattern. Please follow the instructions that are in the pattern you are knitting, and then you purl your way back. You purl your way back on the instep until you have reached your main color yarn, which will be waiting here, because this is where you end it on the way in. So with Intarsia in the round, you do a knit round and a purl round, and a knit round and a purl round. It is a bit fiddly at first, but you can do awesome things with it. It's really nice. And oh, by the way, if you do the second sock of this opposite, you will have this solid wave if you have your feet together, or if you put them on the other foot, you will have this variegated wave. If you don't change colors for the second sock, you will end up with two kind of the same socks, but the fun is of course in making them opposite to each other. This morning I have been doing a lot of knitting on my Groningen Provinciaal because the flooring got put in and the man was running around with tools and floors and whatever. So I just decided to sit and knit. And well, that's it for today. I want to thank you all for using the CG10 code to order Xiaogu stuff from the website. I'm not sure if any foreign customers ordered already, but well, whatever. The code is good until Saturday, April 19th. And for now, I'm going to say goodbye, and I wish you happy crafting, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.